We are here at the gate of this Chow Mahalla Palace. This is actually Begum's palace. So Aftab Mahal is like where the Begum and their dear ones, the related things. So when you see at the gate, it's one thing, the very immediate thing what comes into our mind is it's very strong. It's very strong. It's not like any other door. It's huge and it's strong, and it immediately looks like uh, needs to be. It's not for everyone to enter into. It's not for everyone. You just can't simply walk in as if like we are going to a house. It's not normal house. You just open the door and get barge in. But it is the King's Palace doors need permission to open the gates. To open the gates, and they protect the behind palace from outers to intrude in or barge in. So nobody can enter the palace without a proper permission and without proper authority that's saying that open the gates. Then only they can come in. And it's the very striking feature. Immediately what we see is it's strong and it stops, it protects. They are very solid, big, and somebody or one or two people has to open it. It's not one, and they guard the king's palace, and you will always have a sentry post with such gates. You will have a sentry post and somebody guarding it with the weapons, and majorly, like once we open the gate, we will have access to the king. So we will have access to the king when the gates are open. Before that, opening the gates, there is this huge resistance to open the gates. But once we open the gates, there is an opening for the king, to meet the king. So that's the most significance. So you can't have somebody can jump in. I know that's look very ridiculous for coming to the palace. You can't have any other way, but this is the only way. When you have a gates for the palace, there will be one way. You will not have you can't just jump the walls or finding other ways, but you have to come by this way when with the proper permission, proper authority giving the clearance to open the gates. And when we have opened the gates, we can meet the king.
Uh-huh.
It's when the gates are open, it is the kingdom opening the gates, the opening for the kingdom. So if the palace has opened the gates, that means the entire kingdom has opened the gates. So though Nizam rules, any king rules from a palace, but his kingdom or his empire has the gates are open for entire empire. So the government flows from this place. The government authority flows from this place to the entire empire. I kind of said in a more simpler way. Okay, fine. So these gates, when we see, we have a spiritual lesson as well. Immediately the gates is protective from the enemy. The, the nature, the characteristics of gates are protective in nature from the enemy. And gates will not be opened or should not be opened for the enemy. At the same time, gates are welcoming for the king. So when they open the gates, it is welcoming the king and to take the reign, to take his place or to rule from here. At the same time, it should not be open for any enemy. It should not be open for enemy to barge in or to intrude in. So we have two spiritual lessons here. Our heart is the palace where our King reigns, King Jesus reigns, and this should be open. The gate should be open for our Jesus, our Lord, to come and reign from there. The entire empire is our body, so to rule this, and at the same time, the gate must be closed for the enemy. It should not be opened for wrong reasons, for the wrong way, for the wrong persons. It should be in a protective in nature, and who's guarding those gates? It's we. our thoughts, our heart, our intentions, our inner man is the one who is opening or the closing the gates. So we must not open the gates for the enemy, because if enemy comes in, he would defile the place, because it doesn't belong to this place. And that the spiritual aspect of it is like, if enemy comes into our heart, what he does is he does destruction. He doesn't do any good. He does only bad things. He comes to steal or to destroy or to murder. So we should not open the gates to the wrong person, to the wrong enemy. That's like thoughts, or in the thoughts level, or the deep uh, inner of our heart motives. We must not open gates for enemy to intrude in and allow him to defile us. Now these gates are to open for our king only. This is a welcoming him, and when it is closed, he is reigning from there, from the entire body. He is reigning the entire empire that is our body.
That's the gate.
So you can see very rarely they open this. Last time when I bought my mom, it was not because
Aftab Mahal, where the family of the king lives, the children, the princess, and the